Early life and humble beginnings. Edson Arantes do Nascimento, famously known as Pelé, was born on October 23, 1940, in Três Corações, a small town in the state of Minas Gerais, Brazil. He was the first child of João Ramos do Nascimento, also known as Dondinho, a former footballer, and Celeste Arantes. Despite his father's own footballing aspirations, injuries cut Dondinho's career short, and the family lived in poverty. Growing up in Bauru, São Paulo, young Pelé developed his love for football at an early age. Since his family could not afford a real football, he often played with a sock stuffed with newspaper or a grapefruit. His skills were evident from the start, and his father trained him with simple yet effective techniques. Pelé's passion and raw talent quickly caught the attention of local footballers and coaches. At the age of 10, he joined a youth team called Bauru Athletic Club, coached by Waldemar de Brito, a former Brazilian international player. De Brito recognized Pelé's extraordinary potential and predicted that he would one day become the best footballer in the world. With his mentor's encouragement, Pelé refined his dribbling, passing, and goal-scoring abilities, setting the foundation for his legendary career. The rise to stardom, joining Santos FC in 1956 at just 15 years old, Pelé traveled to Santos to try out for Santos Futebol Clube, a prestigious club in Brazil. His performance in training was so impressive that the club immediately signed him. Within a year, he made his professional debut, scoring in his first match and quickly earning a place in the first team. By the 1957 season, Pelé was the league's top scorer, despite being only 16. His ability to score goals from any position, his dazzling dribbles, and his incredible vision made him a spectacle to watch. He became the youngest player ever to be called up to the Brazilian national team that same year. World Cup glory, 1958, a star is born. Pelé's international debut came in 1957 when he was just 16. However, it was during the 1958 FIFA World Cup in Sweden that the world took notice. At only 17, he became the youngest player in World Cup history at the time. Brazil had never won a World Cup, and expectations were high. After missing the first two group stage matches due to injury, Pelé exploded onto the scene in the knockout rounds. In the quarterfinals against Wales, he scored the only goal of the match. Then, in the semifinals against France, he netted a stunning hat trick, leading Brazil to their first ever final. In the final against Sweden, Pelé delivered one of the most iconic performances in football history. He scored two brilliant goals, including a breathtaking volley that remains one of the greatest World Cup goals. Brazil won 5-2, securing their first World Cup title. Pelé, at 17, had become a global sensation, and his tears of joy after the victory symbolized the birth of a football legend. Santos FC dominance and club success. Following the World Cup, Pelé became the most sought-after footballer in the world. European clubs such as Real Madrid, Manchester United, and Juventus all wanted to sign him. However, the Brazilian government declared him a national treasure, preventing him from playing abroad. Pelé continued to shine at Santos FC, leading the club to numerous titles. He helped them win multiple Campeonato Paulista titles, two Copa Libertadores trophies, 1962 and 1963, and two Intercontinental Cups, where Santos defeated European giants Benfica and AC Milan. During this era, Pelé was at his peak, scoring goals at an astonishing rate. In 1961 alone, he scored over 100 goals, and in his career, he achieved the remarkable feat of scoring over 1,000 goals, a milestone few players in history have come close to. 1962 and 1966 World Cups. Triumph and disappointment. In the 1962 World Cup in Chile, Brazil entered the tournament as favorites. Pelé scored a magnificent goal in their opening match against Mexico, but an injury in the second game sidelined him for the rest of the tournament. Despite his absence, Brazil went on to win the title, with Garrincha stepping up as the team's star. The 1966 World Cup in England was a different story. Pelé, now a global icon, became a target for brutal tackles from defenders. He suffered injuries due to the physicality of opposing teams, and Brazil was eliminated in the group stage. Disheartened by the experience, Pelé initially vowed never to play in another World Cup. Redemption and glory. 1970 World Cup victory. Despite his disappointment in 1966, Pelé returned for the 1970 World Cup in Mexico, determined to reclaim his legacy. Now 29, he led what is often regarded as the greatest football team in history. Brazil's attacking force included Pelé, Jairzinho, Rivellino, Tostão, and Carlos Alberto. The team played mesmerizing football, dazzling the world with their skill and creativity. Pelé was at the heart of it all, scoring 4 goals and assisting many others.